Hello and welcome to Smaulgld's Deutsche Bundesbank Gold Reserves Update for the month of May 2017. Well, surprise, surprise, the German central bank has sold over 1.4 million ounces of gold over the past 10 years. Deutsche Bundesbank gold reserves have shrunk 45 tons over the past 10 years. Their holdings have fallen from 3,420 tons at the end of the second quarter of 2007 to 3,375 tons, which has been a drop of over 1,400,000 ounces over the past 10 years. This is a decrease of 1.3%. All this is surprising because the Deutsche Bundesbank became famous and gained a high profile for insisting on repatriating a good portion of its gold from the vaults that it was held overseas at the New York Fed and also at the Bank of France and at the Bank of England. Now, we've been covering that story for the past 3 or 4 years. And apparently they have got their gold back to the point where they think they are comfortable with the percentage holdings in each of those different locations, although they will no longer be holding gold at the Bank of France. So currently, according to the German Bundesbank, they have reduced their overseas holding from 70% to having now 50% of their gold within the German borders. And Jens Weidmann, the president of the Deutsche Bundesbank, once said, "Indeed, the fact that central banks can create money out of thin air, so to speak, is something that many observers are likely to find surprising and strange, perhaps mystical and dreamlike too, or even nightmarish." And this is the head of one of the largest central banks admitting that that is a nightmarish power that central banks have. Now, there's a video that the Deutsche Bundesbank put out last year in which he also was featured. There were German nationals, Deutsche Bundesbank representatives, all talking about the importance of gold to Germany. So that's why we're surprised to see that given the statements, the rush to repatriate the gold, that the Deutsche Bundesbank has been a steady seller of gold over the past 10 years. So other central banks aren't buying gold. Some have sold gold, like the Central Bank of Canada now has no gold. Switzerland sold off 60% of its gold over the last 15 years. The Bank of England has sold a substantial portion of its gold. The People's Bank of China is no longer adding gold to her reserves. They have not added an ounce since October 2016. So that leaves only Russia, Kazakhstan, and more recently Turkey as central banks that are steadily and monthly adding gold to the reserves. Let's take a look at the German central bank, or the Deutsche Bundesbank, gold reserves over the past 10 years. Here's the chart. You can see it better on the Smaulgld website, but you can see just a steady drip downwards of their gold reserves from 3,420.60 tons at the end of June 2007, all the way down to the most recent numbers from the World Gold Council. All these numbers are from the World Gold Council, down to 3,375.6 tons. So quite a drop in terms of tonnage, not in terms of percentage. As we mentioned, it's just a little over 1%. However, it is at least symbolic. Not sure why the German Bundesbank had eased out some of their gold into either the market. I don't know where it went. I haven't done any research on why they've sold this amount of gold. They may put in a request to the Deutsche Bundesbank, but they have indeed, and they seem to regularly reduce their gold reserve holdings. We're going to track this monthly from now on, just like we track Kazakhstan, Russia, and the People's Bank of China. Thanks for listening. If you enjoy these podcasts, please consider donating to Smaulgld via Bitcoin, via Litecoin, via PayPal, or consider becoming a patron on Patreon. All the links are below this YouTube. Also consider buying your gold and silver through Smaulgld links. Smaulgld gets a small commission. You can compare pricing and shipping at BGSC, Golden Eagle Coins, SD Bullion, Money Metals Exchange, and also consider opening if you're going to buy or trade Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Litecoin through Coinbase, if you open a Coinbase account through these links below or through the links on the Smaulgld website, you'll get $10 worth of free Bitcoin if you buy $100 worth of Bitcoin, and Smaulgld will be credited with $10 worth of Bitcoin. Whether you buy gold or silver or any precious metal or cryptocurrencies, that is up to you. It's not investment advice. My point is, if you are going to do so and you've done your research, you've consulted your advisors, whatever you need to do to make your decision, please consider, once you have made that decision, taking a look at the offers on the Smaulgld site and below this YouTube video. Again, not investment advice, but if you are going to do so, you can help the site out either by purchasing your precious metals or cryptocurrencies through the links or by donating to Smaulgld. Thank you very much.